First of all, thank you so much for everyone who are tuning today to attend DevRelCon 21 and Tokyo 21. And I'm really excited to be presenting a talk on hackathons as a source to empower developer communities. A very quick introduction about myself. I'm Shivay Lamba. I'm currently a developer advocate at Fabric. I'm also a hackathon ambassador at Angel Hack. I'm also Google Summer of Code mentor at TensorFlow, and I've been involved with over 80 plus hackathons as in different roles as an organizer, participant, mentor, and also as a judge. So today I'm really excited to be speaking about how hackathons can help empower developer communities. Now, the first question that would come to your mind is what exactly are hackathons, right? Of course, that is something that I'm going to speak about. And according to me, hackathons are these creative events that empower communities from diverse backgrounds to come together to collaborate on building really innovative products and solutions. So what does that really mean is that hackathons are these timed events where anyone can come in and they can work on building things that help create social impact. Now, usually you can target one of the open themes where you can build a technology or a product on anything. Now, it can be a software product, or it could be a combination of a software and a hardware project as well. Or let's say you can work on some of the given themes that are given in the hackathon. So anyone from any background with any level of experience can actually come in to these hackathons and participate. Now, the next thing is that, how do developer communities function? So when we speak about developer communities, it's all about collaboration and learning and sharing of knowledge and implementing the knowledge into creating really wonderful projects that are there to be used by hundreds and millions of users or are geared towards a positive cause. So let's say it's a developer community that is based on an open source product like the CNCF Foundation, or let's say it is a developer community just based on a particular product. Now, inside of the developer communities, you have the model where new beginners who are wanting to getting used or getting started to these developer communities coming on board and learning about the community with all the different mentors and senior people who have been involved in these communities, helping out these newcomers, and then collaborating with each other to build upon the different products that that particular developer community represents, and also advocating about all these different products to people who are using or to further spread the knowledge and the usage of these products. So that is how the developer communities function, and they collaborate with each other. There's a lot of learning, mentorship going on inside of these communities, sharing of knowledge, sharing of experience, and that is a very collaborative environment. And we'll see how hackathons are also helping empower these developer communities to spread about this knowledge and spread the experiences that developers feel with the help of hackathons. Now, to share a few points that we have, first of all, hackathons are for everyone. So hackathons are inclusive for everyone. You can be from any part of the world. You can be a seasoned pro at hackathons, having like let's say 10 years of experience, or you could be a completely new beginner just in your fifth standard. So hackathons are usually welcoming everyone from any part of the world, from any background, and that is what makes hackathons really special, because regardless of your experience or regardless of your background, you're just there to actually build things, and your only concern is to collaborate with others and just do your thing and make wonderful projects, learn and have fun with each other. And that is why hackathons are inclusive for everyone, and this motto that hackathons are for everyone stands true, and that what is makes hackathons really really special. Now, not just about that, it's also about the learning aspect. So as I've said that hackathons are a great source of learning for the community members. So if even if you are a completely new beginner, you can learn a lot at hackathons by just interacting with your team members, interacting with other members inside of the community, by also attending all of these different workshops and mentorship sessions that are taken with these mentors who are having a huge amount of experience, having worked at various companies, and they help you understand how to, let's say, use a particular technology, or they can help you mentor on how to work on a particular idea at the same time. So hackathons are a great place to learn, to understand new technologies, to understand how products are built, to implement at implement a product, or like let's say implement new technology that you learn and directly see the results coming through. And of course that you're not just learning about technologies, but you're also learning about team management, you're learning about how to collaborate with others. And hackathons are, I would say, like an on-inclusive package to learn literally everything, from learning about a new technology to learning about how to build products, or for that matter how to interact with others. So hackathons are a great way to learn new things. And again, I'll definitely recommend all those people to just go ahead and attend a hackathon, whether you're from a business background or let's say you're from a technology background. And of course, hackathons are all about collaboration and networking. So at hackathon, you collaborate with your team members, you collaborate with the mentors, and you build projects, because everyone has the same aim, that is to innovate, to build technologies, to build products using technologies. And it's all about collaborating with others, building things, sharing of knowledge and ideas. Let's say that you are working in a team and you want to collaborate with your the teammates, and you're facing some issue, so you can always get together with them, do pair programming, do group programming for that. Even like let's say if you have an entire team. And of course you can also network with all the other members, because one of the best things is that at a hackathon everyone comes up with the same mindset, and that is the mindset to come innovate and create wonderful projects, right? And with that mindset in mind, it just creates this global community of developers, of innovators, and that sharing of knowledge within amongst each other is not something that you can get at any other place. So hackathons are all about sharing of knowledge and sharing of ideas with each other, and that networking really comes to the picture and comes into force during a hackathon. And for me personally, my journey towards developer communities actually started out when I had interacted with a few of my team members whom I had met at the hackathon site itself. And that just goes on to show that the amount of knowledge that you can gain at a hackathon, I would want to say that you probably cannot learn or get to get introduced to that much amount of knowledge at any other place, whether it's like you're working in an internship or you are at college. And hackathons also again help drive innovation and creativity, because you're given a limited amount of time, let's say 24 hours, 36 hours, to build unique things. And of course when you are collaborating with your team members, you tend to think about innovative ideas that can be built, or like let's say smart ideas, smart innovations that can be built to generate those projects. And of course the general trend is that of course whatever projects that you're building are driven with the idea of social impact, that whatever projects that you create, that are helping the society in one way or the other. Now whether it could be a solution that helps solve problems related to COVID, or let's say it is helping out students become more attentive in remote working. So the creativity comes with the passion that and the zeal with which the people are working towards in a hackathon, because as hackathons are all about fun, learning, innovation. So innovation and creativity are some things that come automatically when you attend these hackathons, because the drive and the passion to build products and to build projects that help inspire the world and help solve problems of the world directly motivate you to actually creation think about creating really unique solutions. And hackathons help drive that feelings inside of everyone. And that is why they are a really great resource if you feel like, let's say if you're feeling bored, or if you're feeling that okay, you have nothing to work on, just go ahead and attend a hackathon, and all those feelings of rustiness or laziness will actually just go away. Because as we speak, hackathons, as I've already said, that is that kind of a resource, right, that you cannot just get anywhere. Some people might like to work for 24 hours straight at a hackathon without actually facing any kind of a laziness, or let's say without actually facing any kind of illness, or getting tired, because it's just that the passion and that fun that keeps on driving people to create those innovative results. And of course that hackathons give voice to everyone, because at a hackathon you interact with mentors, you are pitching your ideas in front of judges. So that just gives you that that platform to actually showcase whatever you're building and showcase what your ideas are. It gives you that forum to actually interact with others and describe your learnings and showcase your talent to the world. And that is why hackathons are inclusive, as we have already said, and they are also inclusive in terms of giving everyone an equal opportunity to rise and shine and also represent whatever learnings that they have had, whether it's through interacting with mentors or through interacting with your teammates, or for that matter when you're showcasing your project to the entire public, to the entire community, and to the judges. So hackathons gives a voice to everyone in the technical society, whether you are a complete beginner or you are a seasoned pro, for that matter. Everyone is given equal opportunity to really showcase their skills and showcase their ideas. And that is why hackathons, again, as I've already repeated probably a zillion times, are a great resource to get started. Right now, let's talk a little about how COVID has had an impact on hackathons and other developer communities. So we have already seen that with hackathons, these are all like very collaborative events. And when COVID struck last year in 2020, like there were a lot of concerns that because now we're not having any in-person events, we were having all these virtual events. How would the tech community, or let's say how would the hackathon communities in general would shape up? Because that was probably the biggest concern that everyone had. And of course that the hackathons themselves have actually outshined and risen so much. We haven't had that many number of hackathons that we have had in the past 1 year, that at least I can think of, because hackathons, like specifically the virtual hackathons, have burst open. Literally every community that I can think of, every college, every for that matter companies are organizing hackathons for students, for developers. And the virtual hackathons have sort of brought together the hacker community closer to each other. Because let's take in consideration of a hackathon that takes place in United States. Now for those people who are living in Asia or other parts of the world, it might not be feasible for them to actually go all the way to the United States, because like let's say because of the lack of resources or this lack of time. And of course that what that led is that there were a lot of different communities taking place, and hackathon communities building up in different parts of the world, but they were sort of limited to, let's say, a particular region or a particular country. But with the help and with the advent of virtual hackathons, literally anyone from any part of the world can now be a part of a hackathon that is like let's say being organized at the opposite world, or at the opposite corner of the world. For example, I started off with my first ever virtual hackathon at Caltech Hacks, that is Hack Tech, and my team comprised of from teammates from Europe, from Singapore, and from from US. So we had all the different team members from completely different time zones, and that was the most impactful thing that I have seen for the rise of these virtual hackathons, because they have brought in the virtual, or like the entire global hackathon community, the entire developer communities closer to one another. And now it does not really matter that you are from India or you're from the remotest parts of Africa. You can all come in together and take part in hackathons, interact with each other. Yes, we do miss out on the real world swags, the real world interactions with people, but the platforms like Zoom, Discord, Slack, all of these different platforms have really helped bridge that gap. And it has just made hackathons more and more accessible, and more number of students, more number of developers have actually taken part in these hackathon in the past, just in the past year, as compared to any of the years preceding that. And that has led to a really positive impact, because a lot more a number of developers, a lot of number of students are now becoming aware of these hackathons, of these hacker communities, of these developer communities, and they're interacting, and a lot of information flow and mentorships are going on to empower the next generation of hackathons and hackathon communities. And that has really created a positive impact in the developer community in general. And of course, I have spoken so much about how hackathons have impacted the developer communities, but how can one be a part of hackathons? So you can I broadly divide into three different categories. One is, of course, participating as a participant. So whether you are right now a school student, whether you are in your college, whether you are a working professional, there are a lot of different hackathons that are all geared towards all these different categories of people. So there are certain hackathons that are only for school students, for high school students. There are hackathons that are only for college students. You'll find different hackathons that are open for everyone, literally for everyone. And you can get and participate in these hackathons, build teams, create projects, amazing projects, and use those projects to empower the society, right? Or let's say if you don't want to participate, you can also mentor and judge our hackathons. As a mentor, you can mentor the newcomers, the students, to get started with hackathons, take up their questions in case of any kind of a technical doubt, or whether it's related to ideation or UI UX designing. And you can also become a judge, through which you can judge amazing projects and see how the innovation is being driven in all these different hackathons. Or let's say you can also be a part of the hacker community by organizing hackathons. This gives you a unique perspective of how to cater to the needs of the developer communities. How you can see that how the developers are interacting with one another, how they're building projects, how developers are coming together and forming these teams, and how the overall hackathon is driving the passion towards technology and towards building innovative solutions. So as an organizer, you can drive that impact by creating really amazing hackathons and really amazing hacker experiences for the developers who are coming and attending your hackathon. So organizing itself is a really important aspect of being part of the developer communities, because you're the ones who are driving that passion, and you're the ones who are driving that initiatives that help create the hacker experiences that everyone loves. And of course, there are a lot of different platforms where you can actually find hackathons, some of them being Major League Hacking, which is probably the world's biggest hacking community. This originated in the United States of America, where it has now expanded to the Asia Pacific region, to Europe, to South America. And of course, it's empowering thousands and 10,000s of developers around the globe, not just with the help of hackathons, but also by driving community-based events, hacker-based events, where you can generate your own communities, you can create your own communities within Major League Hacking and drive those communities forward. Then we also have some of them, including Angel Hack, that have been there for quite a round of time. And Angel Hack hackathons are one of the world's most well-respected hackathons. Then we have Devfolio, that is exclusively right now in India, a really great startup that has really driven the passion about hackathons in the colleges in India over the past 3 to 4 years. Then we have other platforms like DevPost, where a lot of different national, international hackathons are being organized. DevPost is definitely the platform to go if you want to also take part in international level hackathons, in college level hackathons. Again, a really great platform. Hacker, again, is another platform that I can have a look at, where national and like a lot of different company based hackathons also take place. And of course, there are a lot of different upcoming platforms like Gitcoin and Skillinza that are also driving the hackathon communities, specifically for students as well. And of course, like, these are just a few of them. There are a lot of different other initiatives, specifically a lot of different company oriented, company owned hackathons that are being organized. To name a few of them, the American Express, Code Street Hackathon, hackathons from TCS, Infosys, for that matter, Cisco. Like, a lot of these companies are really understanding the overall impact that developer communities, or like what hackathons are having on developer communities. And they're also organizing these hackathons for recruiting members, because that not only helps to test out how technically skilled are developers and students, but also how they are collaborating with others inside of the teams. Because if they are great collaborators, they will also become great teammates when they are working in a work life balance, in a work life culture. So that is how impactful the current hackathon space is, and how much it has contributed to the entire developer community. And it's really amazing to see the amount of growth that we have seen in the number of hackathons, and the direct rise in that many number of developer communities, and how young students are also being part of these. And we are truly creating inclusive communities, not just based on the age or the gender, but also from the entire world, right? And that is the biggest impact that I feel that hackathons have created today. And that sort of brings an end to my overall presentation. I hope that you have liked, and I'm more than happy to take up any questions. And also you can connect with me over my Twitter and LinkedIn at Twitter at the @howdevelop. And now I would love to take up any questions. And of course, I would love everyone, and I would encourage everyone to take part in hackathons, because they are a wonderful resource for everyone. Thank you so much.